Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Monday Novice fight. Well, not necessarily exciting, but certainly excruciating, certainly, and educational. A 1 versus 1 right here on Angoville. Yes, indeed, not again getting a lot of 2 versus 2s. That's always the problem, always the issue. Do you get enough? Well, no, not quite. And of course, I'm aware, I am recording this while I have absolutely no internet. Of course, it won't be arriving at Monday, hopefully Tuesday, when I get some internet back. Sadly, my internet, well, part of the infrastructure, some routers or something like that, got fried by lightning or something like that. So, nothing until that gets sorted out, which isn't helped by poor design of the building I'm living in. Anyways, we are seeing Garena fighting for the Americans for the 3rd Infantry Division. Opposing them shall be the Shortest Straw, fighting for the Wehrmacht. Fighting for the 91st Luftlandedivision, Division, a small Kampfgruppe, perhaps with some armor in support. We are seeing engineers rather briskly going for these. We are going to see a rush for the fuel point. We are seeing a 2 engineer start barracks up. What for the Wehrmacht? Already here again, a novice mistake. I mean, you usually don't place it that far into your base. You place it out at the edges, partly so troops can move up faster, but of course also so you actually have somewhere else far away from the usual spot where your opponent will be lobbing artillery. It serves several purposes, not just one. And sadly, the Shortest Straw rather drew the shortest straw in the department of actually placing it. Starting out with an MG42 again, not necessarily the best thing. I mean, you can be aggressive, it can work, but again, it doesn't take much to actually spoil it. And he's running into this building again. I mean, it's going to stop? I mean, unless he decides to brusquely move down here. I mean, he's not really going to be doing a lot. He can't deny him from taking over points here. I mean, it's pointless to a certain extent. Of course, it stops the riflemen as they're moving in here, but that's about it. And of course, again, it's a pretty exposed position. I mean, he can attack from there, of course, then lead an attack from here. And of course, there's only one escape route there, this door. So again, if he does that, the chaps in here are absolutely buggered. And meanwhile, though, he is taking a large part of the map, so I suppose that's alright. First, Volkswagen squad out. But again, clearly, we are dealing with novices here. Although clearly Garena is slightly more experienced, he's at least placing at the edge of the base. So clearly he's been watching the Propagandacast, or at least one would hope so. Volkswagen advancing up under the aegis of the MG42. He might want to cover those pioneers as engineers are moving in. Come on, moving in those Volksgrenadiers. Sturmkopf. Los geht's. And no, the pioneers instead repulsed. Move in the Volksgrenadiers. And we are seeing a 2nd MG42. Come on, be sure to get some infantry. And meanwhile, we are seeing additional infantry coming out for Garena as well. Engineers here, and something coming under heavy MG fire. That's the rifleman. Volksgrenadiers, little wooden cart falling apart. Where are those pioneers? Move them up. Engineers now rushing the Volksgrenadiers, but they are a bit too late. Garena should have done so much earlier. Instead, now the engineers are going down. Just retreat. Garena, retreat. Save those men. Save those poor boys. A wooden casket home to United States soil. But clearly, while seeing the Shortest Straw perhaps going for a bit of fortification strategy, again, a sort of novice thing. They tend to sort of, well, I'll just pop in some MGs at these points and then I'm invincible. Or at least I can just wait until I get some tanks. Not necessarily the best idea. Again, a much more energetic commander, a much more clever commander can usually sort of manage to bugger that up. I mean, usually you can just sort of sneak in here, take this point, or sneak around through here, up there and take the point. I mean, there's a lot of weaknesses in this sort of strategy. Question is, of course, will Garena realize this? But probably not, otherwise this wouldn't be a Monday Novice fight now, would it?
Fuel depot is now secure. We have weapon support on site.
We are seeing a Kampfkraft center going up again. Not necessarily the best idea. He's not really got a lot of things. And again, I mean, he doesn't know what his opponent is moving for. Although in this case, Garena is going for the weapon support center. But usually, I mean, if his opponent was going for... Oh, he's getting another MG42. Oh, come on. You're a disgrace, man. Again, 3 MG42s, not really what I recommend, in particular not when all he's doing is essentially stuffing them in buildings. Again, he's taking a very static approach. Not really the best approach at all. Kampfkraft sent up, he's probably going to get some veterancy up. Points being taken. Securing one half of the map, but again, I mean, don't do something like this. I mean, it's a waste of resources, and again, even artillery could easily sort this out. A good assault with smoke flamethrowers could sort this out, though clearly Garema's not bothering with that. Tragically, I might add. And he's only got one Volksgrenadier squad and getting veterancy for it again. That's a mistake. You usually want some actual infantry besides one squad if you're going to bother getting veterancy for it. It's a waste. I repeat, an utter waste of resources. Again, not really that shining, sort of really brightest on the shortest straw. One can sort of start imagining how many short straws he's grasping about. Wondering why. But clearly, I mean, again, we are seeing a rather cautious approach again. Garena, though, at the same time, is not really punishing him. He's being much too cautious again. He could really have done some damage now, but of course now the shortest straw has locked things down to a larger extent. And of course now Garena can't do anything because why? He was moving about absolutely lethargically. He was being very, very slow, very, very passive. He was playing like not like the Americans should be played. Engineers coming out fire, trying to clear out the MG42s with snipers. Of course, now the shorter straws getting a sniper zone. Of course, had Garena gone for an armored car, he could easily have folded up these positions with it and pushed, in fact, large parts of the north away. Sadly, that did not happen. Volksgrenadiers here, though, taking heavy damage again. Just retreat the man. Again, you don't have any support for them either. I mean, you don't send out Volksgrenadiers on their own. I mean, the shortest straw is rather admirably demonstrating everything you can do wrong, I'd say. With one of the many things you can do wrong. I mean, it's sort of this thing you really need to get out of if you actually want to get anywhere and come to use this sort of, oh, I'll just get some heavy machine guns and lock things down mentality, because it's not going to get you anywhere against a good aggressive opponent. He's going to punish you for it right and properly. And again, sadly though, that's not Garena. Engineers running straight into an MG42, utterly sorted out. Again, Veterans 1 does help, increases the kill rate, much more better accuracy. And we are seeing a bike now out, trying to, of course, catch that other sniper. Krieg barracks going up. He's not even going to push any advantage he might have gained by holding half the map, like, say, getting armored cars. Oh, the shortest straw. Did you also pull the shortest straw in the imagination department? Getting a second sniper again. Garena is not really going for the aggressive approach. He's taking the much more ponderous approach, not the sort of one that could lead to a breakthrough and then follow up with exploitation by infantry. Again, exploit. But he's not doing it. He's sort of taking a much slower approach that will not lead to any decisive cracks in the opponent's lines. Come on, Garena, come on. They're World War I commanders with more imagination than you. Troops getting sniped, getting hammered by MGs from bike and MG42, although the MG42 in the building could be going down. Mines going down by the shortest straw. At least he's doing that right, although that's not a huge comfort. MG in the house cleared out. Bike not really in a splendid condition. MG retreating. Perhaps it actually made it out of there alive. That would be something, I suppose. Volksgrenadiers reinforced and upgraded with MP40s, the machine pistol and 40. Rifleman moving about. Come on, Garena. Come on. So you got yourself some backbone, man. Getting a mortar now. Come on, get some vehicles. Breakthrough. Breakthrough. Come on, a bit of dashing, daring, and no. Oh, for heaven's sake, you're just meandering about. You're presenting yourself as targets. Move it. I mean, again, that's rather one of the things you want to have to learn as the Americans. You have to move it. Leg it. Get your feet on the ground and moving. Do not give your Wehrmacht opponent time to dig in. That's the last thing you should do, and he's barely been doing anything. He's just sort of building up, but he's not really breaking through. He's not making any progress. I mean, he's cleared on MG42. He's still not following up with men. I mean, for heaven's sake. Let's go look at the shortest straw now with Grenadiers, now with a mortar of his own. Getting a Panzerschreck for the Grenadiers. Is he moving in towards the western half of the territory? No, he's not, because again, he's lacking infantry himself, you know. Be aggressive. Again, as a Wehrmacht player, you can't just sit down and wait for the other opponent to just attack. Again, he might actually find a weakness in your defense and throw you back. Engineers getting absolutely hammered. Retreat, Garena. Panzerschreck flying, Rifle not doing too well either. Perhaps trying to draw up the sniper, and the shortest straw is being absolutely reckless. Again, you should not be doing something like that. And why is the mortar not dealing with the MG42 in that house, Garena? Grenade on the rifleman, forcing it away. 91st Luftlanded Division not really providing itself as a great example of Wehrmacht fortitude. Come on, just bombard that MG with that mortar. Grenadiers, why are you doing that? Again, pull them back. Don't needlessly kill your men. No further veterancy, nothing else going on. Come on, shortest straw. German mortar pulling up. 8cm Granatenwerfer. They did have a smaller one, the 5cm. Light mortar, usually each, I think, platoon would actually had one, or was it the company? I'm not sure. Someone had access to some extra light mortars just for assaulting. Besides the heavier mortars, like this one, of course, the 120mm Soviet mortar they used. More Grenadiers on the way, but again, I mean, absolutely poor performance. Again, novice plays, again, that's rather what we're used to, but again, I mean, why does it keep happening? Why don't more people watch the Monday Novice fight? And of course the rest of the Propagandacast and sort of get an idea of how you play, you know, play aggressively, move forwards. You'd be surprised at how many players can't handle aggressive play. I mean, usually things can easily fumble up if you sort of push. Yes, you may fumble up, but of course your opponent might also. I mean, that's rather part of, course, of the whole blitzkrieg idea. You sort of act faster than your opponent can realistically react. And that's the key to it, and that's the key of breaking through and then exploiting it. Sadly, again, what we're seeing here is meandering, sort of edging forwards. And that's the sort of play by poor German, Soviet, American, British commanders. And that's sort of where we'll just be edging forward unimaginatively, and of course not really making any damn progress. But finally making something here, absolutely no defense in the south, although of course Garena is now reacting. German mortar finding away, 3 kills to his name, rifle moving in, snipers, Grenadiers. And there we go, will the American snipers get him? Yes, German sniper went down again. He's being absolutely bollocksly incautious with his own sniper. I mean, again, he knows there's 2 snipers about. Why the bloody hell move them about like that? Or your own sniper about like that. We're going to deal, and of course right in front of the snipers, the shortest straw. Why do you keep on doing this? Grenade on the mortar. I don't think it'll do much. Kills 1 man. Small attempts up through here. Come on, push. Move up the infantry. Instead, you're going to get your pioneers exposed and knocked off on their own. You're not really raising my confidence in you. And of course, also, this is actually a nice spot to mine. Rather bunched up. And for some reason, a lot of people don't think it's mine. And then you actually decide to move your MG42 up. Oh, for heaven's sake. Do get a bit of training on how you do things. You don't move them at the same time, and certainly not when you do know your opponent's breaking through there. Volkswagen is taking heavy losses. They need to retreat. Rückzug. Down to 1 Volkswagen. You just get him out of there. Get him out of there. No, apparently he somehow managed to pull it off with that support of that MG42. Bike moving about. Additional veterancy for the infantry. Has 3 infantry units, so in this case he can allow it, but still not really good. Let's just beat this up. This miserably very slow game. Again, much too passive from either side. And again, when finally something happens, it's usually some sort of infantry wave assault from Garena. But again, it's not even a good one. It's a very slow, very fumbling one. Now he actually needs to retreat his infantry right from away. The mortars, sticky bomb on the bike. I suppose that's alright. Assault phase for the shortest straw. Infantry needs to pull away. They are not in a good condition. Low health means they're going to die quickly, in particular when Grenadiers Veterancy 2 arrive. Equipping them with lots of Panzerx. Assault phase is up though. Snipers continue to be a menace. Moving up there a bit, that's good. Troops getting suppressed. Where is the... He's getting another bike. How about just getting a Sturm armory, getting an armor cat or a Stug? Snipers can't deal with that, strangely enough. Oh dear. Not really encouraging, but there you go. This is the Monday Novice fight. Not the highly exciting fight. Rifleman moving in. A large force again. Had been an MG42. In fact, he's upgraded with an LMG. That's interesting. Not necessarily a bad idea, but again, I mean, had there been an MG42, this would have gone absolutely tits up. Though this can easily end up badly for the Rifleman, as they have right in front of an LMG42, which can react faster than the heavy MG42. Rifleman, in fact, taking losses to the building, of course, due to building and Veterans 2. The Riflemen are not doing too well. They can't really do a lot of damage. The Grenadiers are doing well with the MG42. Nope. How quickly it's simply tearing through these Riflemen. Just getting one with every burst, even two. That's... Oh my goodness, it's just tearing through them. And Garena is much too slow. He doesn't even have grenades. Just... No. The kill rate on these Grenadiers inside that building. Absolutely horrific. Sending Riflemen running. Left and right. Not really a good assault at all, and that LMG-42 certainly just made itself worth its cost. Storm armory going up. That's something. Tank depot. Finally, Garena might be going for something that could actually threaten the Wehrmacht, to threaten this small force of the 91st, possibly supported by other panzer divisions. Flamethrower engineers moving up. Viewpoint being secured. Wehrmacht is in fact holding most of the map, in fact holding most of the victory points. Not a lot of victory points for them. There we go, those German arriving, opening up on the Pioneers. This will be a collapse on the eastern flank. And there's absolutely no pack, although there we go. Might be able to get a Stug out second. Sturmgeschützwehr. Usually deployed. Either in support of Panzergrenadier. I mean, they were sort of a more curious thing, used for a lot of things, of course. Tanks, assault guns, tank destroyers, although again the Germans sort of rather preferred the more multi-role assault gun. But that's sort of it. Still, they were used for a lot of things when there were nothing available, but I mean, usually they were reserved for Panzer divisions as sort of an assault gun battalion, usually because they couldn't get Panzers. Panzer divisions also got them instead of the Panzers they were supposed to have. Well, was sort of conceived at one stage of the war to have. Some units also had them. For example, Luftwaffe field divisions usually had a company or a battery of them, depending on the period of time. Oh, grenade against the mortar. Excellent job. Garena actually getting grenades now. Grenadiers here need to be careful, although again, of course, Luftwaffe need to be careful with the LMG-42. Doing actually, again, quite a bit of damage, in particular since the riflemen are so close. LMG-42s are very nasty up close. All the Grenadiers need to consider getting out there. They're down to 2 men. Less than half health. That's good. Sturmgeschütz arriving. Troops need to reinforce. Push up, forwards. Blitzkrieg chosen. Grenadiers retreating. But again, I mean, Luftwaffe field divisions actually had assault guns attached to them. That's pretty rare for an infantry unit. But somehow, Goering managed to get that. At least for some of them. So that's fascinating to note. A few more experimental divisions also had them. Otherwise, Sturmgeschütz were usually handled in more independent battalions, or later on in sort of more reinforced brigades with Stu-42s and support infantry to actually sort of protect them. They had their own infantry units, Pioneers, in fact, also as well. So they were the later Stug brigades were actually a much more cohesive little force that could do a lot of damage. So that's a fun little fact for those that did not know. Storm Armory up though. Veterancy perhaps for those assault guns. Let's go have a look at Garena. But again, veterancy, there we go. At least he's consistent in getting at least some veterancy for his units. At least he's showing that much common sense, I suppose. Though, why is he taking MG42 in that house? But Garena does need to take one. He needs to make a push. He needs to attack. Assault for Uncle Sam, for glory. Biscuits, beer, and, I don't know, gold-headed eagle sandwiches. Not sure what they eat. Anyways, more veterans on the way. More on the way from the Sturm Armory. Americans moving out now with BARs to increase firepower, but that's alright. And again, he's doing that sort of human wave assault. More grenadiers with an MG42 sniper moving up. Sniper's doing a nice work there, of course. Sniper's been very effective against veterans 2 infantry. Riflemen charging in one horde. Stug firing away. Oh, getting sticky bombed. And, oh, Sherman hitting a mine. Pack could turn against it. Panzerabwehrkanone, Feuer frei. Achtung, Leute. Amerikanischer Panzer. About bloody time. You got the reaction times of an old lady. Firing away at the Sherman. Sherman does manage to pull away again due to the rather sluggish reaction of the shortest straw. Infantry will not focus. Need to... Oh, BR left behind. Pick that up. Pick that up. Stug managed to get away. Armored car. The veterans want move it in. Move it in. Don't leave these grenadiers behind. They are going to get knocked out by the Sherman. They need support. Engineers, though, were quickly sorted out by the MG, and those have gained 18 kills. That's definitely worthy of a small commendation. Come on, shortest straw. Low skates. I mean, we are seeing a Calliope, so we are seeing armor. He might be trying to bombard his opponent who has gone terror. So, of course, we might be seeing a King Tiger. Stug getting repaired. That's good. Repair it. Grenadiers getting reinforced. Rather heavily equipped grenadiers for some reason. The shortest straw has apparently been able to sort of stock racers together. Although again, essentially every grenadier squad were usually equipped with one LMG. More elite units might in fact have had 2 LMGs per squad, thus really giving them a lot of firepower. Of course, some just sort of, you know, grabbed as many LMGs they could, scavenged them from other units, stole them, whatever they sort of fancied. Puma on its own, not really the sort of thing you want to put in the way of an American advance. Not really necessarily going to stop it. Calliope barrage seems a bit... I think that was premature. He didn't really know much of the position, and that Puma needs to stay at range. Doesn't want them to get within sticky bomb range. Oh, for dear. Get those grenadiers moving up. Luskates with those men now. Move it, shortest straw. Or did you also pull the shortest straw in the initiative department? And also move up that Stug, which has gained veterancy too. That's nice. Gives it a health bonus for those that don't know. Plus, of course, it gives that emblem MG, which is actually quite effective against infantry. Finally, some infantry is moving about, but again, he might want to get some additional Stugs or something like that. And of course, Mr. Garena needs to get some additional armor. And he needs to get that Sherman repaired. Get some engineers and repair it, man. Stop moving about like it's some sort of party. But for some reason the purpose is to keep the Sherman rolling about and maybe slow movements. Not sure why he's keeping the MT-42 there as well. Not really the sensible actions. In fact, he probably could have won this game and he just charged his victory point much earlier. But he's just being, again, too passive. He's sort of been frightened off by the American. Is now not doing much. And the American now holds both victory points, pushing forward, trying to found the Calliope rather than the more exposed Western victory points. So again, we're also seeing, again, an unimaginative mind. One not really sort of used to sort of moving about. Grenadiers moving up on another flank. At least we're seeing a not sort of just a rush assault from one side. They move up the Puma, move up the Stug. Grenadiers getting hammered by the Calliope. Rückzug, men up. Ooh, Riflemen getting hammered, I think, by their own Calliope. No. Stug, what? Oh, he's moving up to deal with the infantry in the building. Puma trying to deal with the Riflemen. Oh, sticky bomb, sticky bomb. Sniper moving up, going to deal with those Grenadiers quite nicely. Mine down again there.
Rifle squad.
Did he actually pick up that BAR? I don't think so. And he actually lost an LMG. Oh dear, it's been left behind. Pick it up, man. Don't want the Americans to get it. Might as well then be signing your own death warrant. But again, not really the most high octane game. But again, we are seeing a lot of, different sort of mistakes, pointing out why they are mistakes. But again, I mean, rather sluggish game, not really aggressive. A lot of good opportunities lost again due to passive play, where the side probably could have won this game much faster had they been more aggressive. But again, either players too passive, which is really a major fault when you're playing the Americans. Then you're not supposed to be passive. Storm gets church though. Oh, Pack carrying the flank. M10 moving up, going to get hammered. Just get it out of there, and of course, get that LMG 42 with some infantry. Calliope on the Pack, but I don't think it'll be enough. Rear hit. Oh dear, he does get the Pack. M10 gets away. Puma repaired. Panzer Command going up.
Ready for action.
Do get some engineers and get that bloody thing repaired. Nice bit of scavenging here, though he does match. Oh, he's taking the LMG 42 as well. Again, that should not have happened. He really should have let the Pioneers take it. He should not, though, have left behind an LMG 42 for his opponent. That's in the big list of bad things you can do. Leaving behind an LMG 42 for your opponent is considered really bad. I do mean really bad. In particular, if they actually gain veterancy. I mean, a veterancy 3 rifleman squad with an LMG 42 is essentially hell on legs. Rather than getting pushed back, and again, I don't even think he managed to secure that BAR, so again, that was an utter wasted opportunity. There we go, moving up. Lots of firepower, although again, note, LMG is only fire when standing still. Grenadiers coming under heavy fire, elite armor will provide a bit of protection, I believe. That's something. Pack opening up. Grenadiers don't need... Might want to consider the grenade off. Sniper fire again. Will he try to catch that sniper? Sniper might want to move away. No, he's playing very steely. There we go. No, he needs... Oh, dear, he's going to lose that Grenadier squad. LMG firing away. Grenadier down. What an absolute waste. Nebelwerfer is now howling, but again, I do think the shortest straw is really not focusing properly on how things should be doing. Sniper is pushed away. Main gun destroyed, but Nebelwerfer riflemen are holding out here, though. Quite a force. Stuk armor and Puma moving out. Rifleman could be in a bit of trouble. Flamethrower Pioneers. LMG riflemen. Oh dear, the LMG squad taking an absolute beating. Burn shot. Oh, Calliope firing. Rifleman. Oh dear, could be going down. He could be going down. BAR left behind. No. He does make it out of there alive. Rifleman get off a sticky bomb on the Stuk. And an Ostwind flak panzer arrives, although for what purposes is beyond me. I would have recommended a Panzer and then perhaps trying to get that German Calliope. But again, you do see a lot of these novice players thinking, well, again, it's a great infantry killer, that's just what I need. And then sort of casually forgetting there might be actually enemy armor about. The Ostwind will not solve all your problems. A Panzer IV, on the other hand, might do that. Sticky bomb on the Stuk. Needs repairs alongside that Puma. Again, does he have the Pioneers for it? Barely. Still, we are now seeing Ritterkreuz, so a bit more infantry. So place it. Oh yeah, place all the other lost infantry. He's even lost the MP40s. But Heroes of the Reich. Defenders of the Fatherland. How about, you know... And we are seeing a firestorm against something. But what? Against one rifleman squad out here in the hill. Oh, he cut it. Nicely done, I suppose. Moving in. His Ostwind on its own. It's a support vehicle. It's not an assault tank, mate. Not when you know your opponent has Germans and M10s, you oh, for heaven's sake. Clearly he doesn't understand what sort of armor he does have at his command or how to properly utilize it. He probably doesn't even understand what roles are. Nebelwerfer not really doing a lot of damage though. Again, move towards the west, get that point, drain the bastard. Drain him, make him bleed. And why are you spending munitions manpower on a pack when you could just cancel it and get a Panther? A Panther, for heaven's sake. There we go, LMG rifleman opening up on the Ritter Kreuzfahrt 22. Who are they? Doesn't seem to be functioning actually. That's interesting. They don't actually seem to be using it. There we go. Opening up on the Grenadiers as they're moving in. Oh, and again, veterans just provide a bit of protection against that in some senses, others not. Sherman moves up again. He's not repaired it. Garena, repair your Sherman. Get some engineers. Repair it. Is it really that difficult a concept? Rifleman here taking heavy damage from Ritterkreuz, but these Ritterkreuz need to get out of there. Grenade on the rifleman. Down to one man. They need to get out of there. Calliope barrage right on the Nebelwerfer doesn't do anything. Pull up the pack, hammer it. Oh, goodness gracious. And why not cloak it? Oh, both shots bounce off. Grenadiers moving up. Need to be careful. And I don't think this Puma might be making it home. Stug ready though. He can get a Panther now. Come on. Panzerkampfwagen 5. There we go. At least he's got an understanding now of things. Puma down, obviously. And we are seeing Allied War Machine. M10 down. Might want to consider getting that other M10 down. Don't want to waste a veteran C1. Just like that. It looks like he doesn't care. Grenadiers facing off against the rifleman. Ooh, doing quite a bit of damage. And gets him on the retreat. Excellent job. M10 not doing too well. And down. Got one. Puma. Yeah, and he does even replace it. So I suppose in that sense it's a bit of a win-win for him. But at the same time he does lose a veteran as well. Oh, he could be losing the Grenadiers. And he did. So he's just lost 2 Grenadier squads. 2 sets of LMGs and Panzerschrecks. And he's not getting replacement infantry. Because he doesn't have a medic bunker for starters as well. Pack moving up, but again we do know there's a sniper. Not sure why he's calling in a firestorm on infantry. I mean armor. Probably going to do a lot. Calliope on the Stug. Stug needs to retreat, and there we go. M10's down. Sherman down, and a crocodile? Why on earth would you get a crocodile? I mean, this is not really getting much better, but again, I mean, there are a lot of flaws, but again, and again here, this would have been a nice spot to mine, but again, apparently he failed. Panthers moving up, though, Veteran G2. From which Panzer Division the records do not say. Crocodile obviously running into problems. And the pack, of course, utterly exposed. It's getting cleared out. Nebelwerfer sorted out. Getting veterancy free for the armor, that's alright. But again, it might be an idea to get some additional infantry, recruit that Nebelwerfer and so on, take some points. Instead, he's now being drained, and he could win this game if we just for a short period take these points. And it's just not happening. Getting a King Tiger. Oh dear. Again, he might be risking a Panther right there. He has to be careful with his armor, supported with infantry. Infantry support. dear. And of course he's got a King Tiger now. How will he use it? Will he use it properly? Assault on the rifleman. I think that might be a bit excessive, but there we go. Actually managed something. Rifleman could be losing to these veterans.
Was wünschen Sie? What do you want?
MG42s are not really doing anything. Come on. But we are seeing a suppressive volley from the rifleman. Excellent, excellent. The one thing you can usually use to stop Reiterkreuz with is suppressive fire from the BRs. It does an excellent job. So good job right there by Garena. Königstiger moving up. Panther moving in. And use them in support of each other, man. Don't send in the Panther without and exposing its rear. Are you absolutely daft, man? That's not how you play at this game. Now he's sending in the King Tiger without support, just as he's withdrawing the Panther. Are you intentionally trying to lose this game, man?
That's one more kill marker.
M10 down, replace rifleman moving up. Flamethrower firing away at the King Tiger. Clearly it's just a diversion. And sticky bombs, get it out of... Oh, forced retreat. Still, pull out that King Tiger, get some support up. Get that Panther repaired. Get up some MG42s, just don't have them so defensively. Los geht's. Forwards, men, forwards. Your King Tiger is exposed on its own. Oh dear, why must you insist on doing this? I mean, this is, absolutely poor handling of heavy armor. This is pretty much how you do not use any heavy tank. You do not rush it in unsupported behind enemy lines with absolutely no reinforcement in sight. I mean, just note how quickly it's down to half health and it's barely doing any damage now. Because again, it can just sort of move about much faster. The M10 is circling about. The riflemen are covering it in sticky bombs constantly. Grenadiers moving up, but the sniper's still not been dealt with. Again, this King Tiger has simply been rushed in much too fast. Again, where's the support? Where's the MGs? Where's the Panther? There's nothing. And the King Tiger is immobilized. I mean, this is absolutely pitiful handling of a King Tiger. And now just note the turret simply can't follow up. And there we go. This is essentially what I wanted to show you. Partly, I mean, we've sort of seen the whole thing, but this is where we end because the rest does not get any better. But I mean, this is rather the cardinal example of how you bloody hell do not use a King Tiger, Tiger, or Pershing. This is how you do not use your heavy armor. You do not send it in on its own. You do not keep it like that, exposed without sending anything up. And but generally that's just not do not in particular when you have support units just nearby, which could have helped. The MG40 could have helped the rifleman at bay. The Panther could have helped a bit as well, but no. And where was the infantry again? Just poor handling. But overall, this was a game marred by passive play, lack of boldness, lack of courage, lack of audacity. There was no chances taken, nothing exploited. There was just passive play. So again, do try not to play like this. Do hope you learned something from this. And of course, I do hope I get internet soon. So there you go. Cheers.